Hello, my name is Telmange. You can call me Tail if you like, and welcome to my first ever Let's Play video series, kind of extravaganza. As you can see, I am playing, or I'm going to play, Silent Hunter 3: Curse of the Underwater Boat. And I'm sure you probably know all about this game because you would have to search for this particular game in order to watch a video about it. But if not, it's all about pretending that you're a German U-boat captain in World War II, heading on to missions to sink Allied ships in an ultimately futile attempt to affect the outcome of the Second World War. Yeah, so you will probably see, if you've seen this game before, that I have modded the shit out of it. I'll post a full list of the various mods I'm using in the description below, but it includes GWX, OLC's user interface, Flight Monkey's new interior mods, and all kinds of different stuff. But it'll all be down there in the description, along with the order I've enabled them. And if you want to find them, they're all available at subsim.com, which is a highly recommended community of Silent Hunter 3 players. Go and check it out. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a campaign in the Mediterranean, because I thought about doing an Indian Ocean campaign in the big Type 9 U-boat, but then I thought, well, one of the mods isn't going to work with that, and I wanted to show it off a bit. So here we are. We're going to be going, starting off in Greece, in Salamis, in 1941. I think in October 1941. My captain's name is Otto Eichhorn, and his U-boat crew will be sailing forth from Greece to sink ships and shit. We're going to be in the 23rd, 29th flotilla. There's a description here which you can read. Royal Navy's control of the Mediterranean Sea needs to be challenged. Using the bases of our Italian allies, we must disrupt the flow of supplies to the British forces in North Africa while protecting ours. So, let's begin. Okay. I'm in a Type 7B U-boat. U84. I could upgrade to a Type. Well, I can't. I haven't got enough renown. But eventually, hopefully, I'll upgrade to a Type 7C. Conning tower. I've only got the one. Deck gun. I'm going to switch to the double version of these flat guns, though hopefully we won't be using them. Torpedoes. Let's. I'd rather have. Actually, that's okay. But let's do this. Otherwise I'll just get confused and fire off the wrong ones, and I think I want to have more Type 2s than I do Type 1s. Yeah, that should do it for torpedoes. Equipment, have you got any upgrades we can get? Engine, no. We can upgrade the batteries. I've only got 1,500 or 1,500 points of renown to play with, so I need to be careful. Hydrophones. I think ideally I need to upgrade the hydrophones at least. Anti-sonar, ooh. 1,000. So I need to either go for the anti-sonar coating, or I can upgrade a battery. I think I probably ought to upgrade the battery first and then worry about the anti. Is anti? One of those is probably the American way of saying it, I don't know. Let's just go for the battery, which leaves us with 600, can't afford anything else, so it's just time to choose our side emblem. Let's have a look. I already know which one I want to choose. I chose it the first time I played this game. Another guy who does Let's Plays on this, Effing Controller. Hello Effing Controller, if you're watching. He also uses this. It's the cow, the laughing cow. And it's the only sensible choice for any self-respecting U-boat captain. So 7th of October, after all those upgrades, take a look at the crew. Let's have a look. Anton Paukstadt, Hals Petersen, Hans Kreuziger, and Kurt Kohler. Those are my officers. I can get another officer, which I probably will do. Let's see what we've got. Helmsman repair, helmsman, watchman. So we've got one watchman. Don't really need a medic, I don't think, so we'll get this guy. Johannes Val. And officers and crew, I think we're probably okay with what we've got. We shouldn't be tiring them out too much. So I think that's it for setting up. Let's see. Grid CO62, I'm not sure where that is, we'll find out shortly. The news for September is that Kiev is captured and the Crimean Peninsula is cut off. That'll be the Germans. This is after the invasion, Operation Barbarossa, the invasion of the Soviet Union. And 2 U-boats lost for 212,237 tons. So still pretty respectable at this point in the war, not losing that many U-boats. Difficulty, I'm going to leave all this good stuff on. Map contact. I've got to learn to talk properly before I can do these Let's Plays. Map contact is on, so I will have the contacts, because otherwise it's too hard for me, I can't do it. All this stuff, and your cameras I'm going to leave on so I can show you all the stuff as well. The thing I'm leaving off here, which I think most people probably, if they want ultimate realism, would leave on, is the no stabilised view, and that's what stops your periscope from bobbing up and down when it's rough seas. When I installed one of these mods, I read the kind of README, and it said, I think it's OLC's one, and he said that originally in real life U-boat captains had some kind of crystal mechanism or something which actually helped to stabilise the periscope, and so that means that if you leave this thing off, so you don't have that, you're actually making it more difficult for yourself than the real life U-boat captains had. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but it's a good enough excuse for me to get rid of that horrible thing. And all this is off as well, so 85%, that's just because of the external view with this particular version of this particular mod. So, but hey, if I leave that off, you won't be able to see anything outside the boat. Yep, so I'm going to start this. It will take 10 minutes to load, and then once it's done that, I'll be right back. And here we are in my U-boat of dreams. So let's have a look. Here we are on the conning tower in the middle of Greece, recently conquered by us, the goddamn Germans. Hello. Yeah, so I'm just going to spend probably most of this video just showing you all the mods and all the stuff I've got installed. So let's begin with the... Yep. Thank you. I'll tell you what I'm going to do actually. I'm going to give him a rest, so otherwise he's just going to keep shouting things at us. Okay, so yeah, first of all, here we are in the control room. If you've played this game or seen Let's Plays or videos of this game before, you may notice that the lights are a little different. It is nighttime, so these are the kind of nighttime lights. Normally these would be red. However, I have installed a modification which changes it to the Das Boot style blue lighting effects, which I like. You still get the red lighting effects up here in the conning tower, like this. So it's not all blue, but I quite like it. You'll also notice there's lots of meat hanging about, because we're going to need meat to eat. Looks kind of rancid, but we have to make do with what we can get in the Kriegsmarine. Bread, or Brot, lemons and oranges, I don't know how you say that in German. Sausages, etc, etc. So yeah, this is the control room area. Oh, bananas. Very nice, lots of snazzy clothes on my officers and crew here. And another cool thing we can do with this mod is open the hatches. Now let's take a guided tour through the rest of the ship. We go through here. More sausages, can't have enough of them. Fruit. Radar dude. Radio dude. He hasn't got radar yet. The Enigma, not Enigma. The Enigma, oh my god. The Enigma coding machine. Very famous sexual lady. This here is my bed. I've got some bedside bread to eat in my bed. This is Stripey Johan. He runs the hydrophone station. Does he have a picture of a semi-naked lady? No. Stripey Johan doesn't get a picture of a semi-naked lady. Now this area is also new with the mod. Got another bedding area here, a little coffee table kind of area where we eat our meat. Pictures of U-boats, as if we don't see enough U-boats. U-boat house. A motivational poster, some more beds, canned goods. This is the toilet, or if you're American, the John. And yeah, we can't go any further, unfortunately. I think back here would be the front torpedo room, but it's not modelled. So if you speed up a bit and keep going through here. This hatch is opened as well, so I can go through here. And you've got the kind of main bunk area. And another picture. Is that... I don't want to say who I think it is because I'm probably wrong. Is it Marlene Dietrich or is it someone else? I don't know. More food. Galley area. It's very hygienic. And finally, the engine. Now this will not, you will not find this on the normal version of Silent Hunter 3. This comes along with Flak Monkey's new interior mod. But it's pretty fucking awesome. Look at it. Whoa! And back here would be the after torpedo room, but again, it's not there. You can't get in. So that's it. That's a tour of the inside of the boat. One cool thing though, first of all, you can see we're bobbing around, so that's kind of modelled. And bring up my controls here. This interface is all new as well. Let's get underway. Come on, come on. They're thinking about it. Well, they're going anyway. We're off. So yeah, it all moves. The only kind of problem is that well, the way the kind of sound engine is modelled, I think you can't make it so the engine sounds are louder in here than they are in the rest of the boat. So you could make it really loud, but then when you went into the control room, you'd have the constant deafening engine noises all the time, which would piss you off. So that's why you can't really hear them, which is unfortunate, but never mind. So head back. I guess we better make sure we're not going to run into anything. Let's head onto the deck. No, we're okay. Yeah, so let's head out. Let's set our course first. But anyway, yep, here is our situation. We are in Greece. It's all been conquered. All this stuff is now belongs to the German Reich. There's our friends Italy. This here is Malta. It's pretty much the only island or part of the Mediterranean in the west that belongs to the Allies, apart from Gibraltar. And then there's a few bits here in the Middle East and Northern Africa, which still belong to the Allies. Up here is Russia. This is where I live. Yeah, so I'd better start setting a course, otherwise you're just going to run into the land. That should be okay. Yep. Going to follow this boat out of the harbour. Do that. Yeah. So off we go. There's another thing which is quite important, which I'd like to show you. Well, one of the things is, first of all, you can move around the watchtower here, like this, and if you get your binoculars out, people get in the way, so you have to move. So you know, you don't get their head in the way when you're looking through binoculars, which is realistic but annoying. Let's see, the other thing are, first of all, this is the attack scope. And one of the cool things here, which is, well, first of all, you've got all the TDC controls right here at your fingertips. You don't have to go back and forth. The other thing is this. Now, I'm not going to explain this in full right now because, to be honest, I don't understand it myself. But it's a thing that you can use for manual targeting with the map contacts off in order to determine distance, angle on bow, speed, etc. I think you kind of need a math brain to really understand it. I've tried to work it out, but usually I fail. So I won't be using it right now. Essentially what it means is that, like, you can measure the size of a ship. Let's pick one at random. Blah, 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 blah. Large troop ship, for example. So if you measure it and it's 10 marks on your thingy here long, then you have to kind of move 10 here down to the length, which is 199. Oh god, I can't, something like that. But anyway, once you've done all the calculations, then it will give you your distance, angle on bow, and this red marker here will eventually give you a speed. But it's pretty complicated, and as I say, I'm not going to go into it. Maybe another time. The other thing we have is the observation scope, which is much larger than the attack scope in this mod, so it actually serves a purpose. Before, the attack scope and the observation scope were both exactly the same. There's not much point in choosing one over the other. This one, I think this one's more visible above water, but it's got a bigger lens, so you can use this at night, for example. But yeah, so that one's now for observing, this is for attacking, and that's that. I don't think there's anything else I need to explain regarding the mods. If you've got any questions, just leave it in the comments and I'll try and help. But as I said before, these are all available from subsim.com, and there's lots of friendly people there as well who will be able to help you if you have any problems. So, let's see where we're going. CO62. Where the hell is that? 6262. Oh, here it is. So we're kind of off, quite far away off the coast of Northern Africa, where they want us to go. I don't know if any ships come through here. The convoy routes for the med aren't that good on the map here. Looks like they probably do, so who knows? We might find something. If not, we can go somewhere else. Just got to be careful of all these little stinky islands. And 6-2 is here, so yep, so that's our course. I'm going to wait until I get out into some deeper waters, and then we'll do a crash dive test just to make sure everything's working properly. And yeah, so I'll be back then. Hello again. One thing I forgot to do was to show you a dramatic shot of my U-boat gliding by, which I'm now doing. Ooh. Pretty nice. I've also put the radio on just for a bit of light relief for my crew. Yeah, so we're going to be doing our crash dive test very shortly. In fact, we're going to do it right now. Alarm! Close the hatches. Oh. That's funny. So that's something I've learned. You need your weapons officer to be at his station before you can close and open hatches, which is interesting. As you can see, we're now diving down at a massive rate. A massive rate. just to get away from whatever the hell it was that we spotted up there. Probably just a seagull, but can't be too careful. I've checked the depth. And we're over 1,000 meters, so there's no danger of hitting the bottom. We just need to test how low this ship will go. Good thing about these food supplies as well is that they will diminish as your patrol goes on. I think it's depending on how much fuel you've got left, or determines how much food there is showing in the U-boat. So fuel equals food, and vice versa. It's leveling off now at 70 meters. I want to go lower than that. So let's get it over with. Let's go right down to 160 meters. Another kind of unfortunate thing with this is that you can't go to, well, you can try, but you find it very difficult to go to the bow or stern ends of the boat while you're diving or surfacing. And the reason for that is because the boat model pivots. Oh, bit of lag, a frame rate issue. But the boat model pivots on the actual control room, so the camera doesn't move with it though. So if you move towards the, as you can see now, I'm pressing forward, I'm heading down into the floor. So you'll just disappear outside the boat if you try and go forwards or backwards. But yeah. So as I said before, this is my first Let's Play. I used to do a little bit of streaming on Justin TV and then Twitch TV. But I kind of got a little bit not bored of it, but I'm not a great talker. I'm not a very chatty person, and especially when you're streaming, sometimes you feel like you kind of have to entertain lots of people for several hours, and it gets a bit tiring. So that's why I kind of gave that up a bit. So now, hopefully, I'll be doing some fairly regular, when I can be bothered, Let's Plays on this whole YouTube website. And if you've got any comments or suggestions, please do let me know. This is all new to me, or the whole kind of creating a Let's Play, commentating on it, and what do you call it? The thing you do with the video. Rendering, I think that's it. All that kind of stuff. It's all new, so just let me know. But yeah, it looks like we've successfully dived down to 158 meters. I can hear ominous creaking sounds, but that's okay. So that works. So time to surface. Let's speed up time a bit here so we can get the surface a bit quicker. Actually, let's just go to postcode depth first. Almost there. And there we go. Another cool thing I'll show you is with the scopes. In normal stock Sight Hunter 3, you can go as fast as you like and you'll still be able to use the periscope. In a normal U-boat, real life U-boat, that wouldn't be possible because the vibrations would make it impossible. So as you can see here, because we're doing about 8 knots now, it's all fuzzy, you can't see jack shit. So I think you need to be going less than 4 knots for it to actually work. And right now actually I'm holding up down the periscope raise button, because if I take my finger off, it just automatically closes it again, because you would not be able to use that your periscope when you're going that fast. Yeah, so we're going to surface, and the final thing which I'm going to show you is, especially for anybody who's played this game before for any length of time, you will know, I hope, or you will recognise that there is one thing about the game which probably pisses you off more than anything else. Even when it crashes, maybe, you know, that's shit, but you can get over that. This is one thing that you need to deal with constantly. You see what just happened? I did nothing. I pressed no buttons. And look! The fucking watch officer has automatically return to his fucking post, you lazy fuck! And that wouldn't normally happen if you didn't have the hardcode game fixes mod installed. You'd have to do it yourself every single fucking time. But no, he does it himself. He gets his lazy ass up the ladder onto the deck all by himself at last. So yeah, that's pretty cool. There's several other fixes as well. Changes to the torpedo, kind of how many dud torpedoes you'll get and other stuff, how long it takes to repair your boat, etc, etc. And hopefully we'll get into that in a later video. But yeah, for now we're going to leave it here. I'm going to watch what was it, U80, I can't remember, U84 on her way to a signed patrol area in the Mediterranean Sea. So I'll be back and hopefully we'll have reached our patrol area and we'll be ready to sink some bitches. See you later.